Hey guys, I just got back from my run and I have an important message for you today. It's when I always get my downloads, girls. So it was fascinating. I'm not a runner per se, but in quarantine, it's been my main mode of movement because I like to be in nature. And with the beaches closed and everything else, this is what hit home. So I've taken it with me as I've traveled west to the East Coast. Now, what was fascinating was last week, I found my body wanting to run, not take a day off, just kept wanting to go. So I woke up and I'm all about honoring the body. And I checked in and I was like, oh, interesting. And my body was like, we want to move. It's beautiful out. We're inside. We're, with my nieces and nephews and blah, blah, blah. And, what have you on the days when we weren't heading to the beach before we had to put our masks on and whatnot. Anyway, my point with this is that I found myself, my mind started going, there's that moment that I always speak to where your mind catches up with your actions, where your mind goes, whoa, 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 I see what you're doing there. That's not what we typically do. Remember, your mind is set up for survival. Your mind will always keep you at your comfort zone, your comfort level. It will always, as Mary Morrissey says, keep your thermostat setting exactly where it is. This is why when I work with my clients on becoming who they've always wanted to be, I say we need to transcend the thermostat setting. I need you to do the opposite of what you've always done. I need you to step into the unknown. I need you to be in the uncomfortable to transcend where you currently are. Now, here's what's fascinating. I sat there and yesterday, all of a sudden my body was like, man, we're tired. No, don't want another run. And I was like, I'll listen to that. We took a day, we had a lazy day. It is needed and it was beautiful. Now, what was fascinating though, since my mind caught up and said, hey, you've disrupted our pattern. We don't normally run 7 days a week. We don't normally, sometimes it's only 4 days. Sometimes it's 5, but now we're doing more. That's not what we typically do. And I was sitting there and I'm like, I'm proud of me. I'm like, right? And my stride's getting better and my distances are longer and sprints are better, all of that, right? So I'm noticing improvement. So my mind is catching up and it's going, hey, you're moving past your comfort zone. You're moving past our thermostat setting, the one that we know. We're going to do whatever we can to bring you back. Know this, the ego, the mind, the ego is human experience. Anything you've created and experienced since you've been alive on this planet, mainly created from ages 3 to 8 when your subconscious was forming, all of those beliefs, anything that you perceive through your own lens that created your identity, both your limitations and those things that you know that you are amazing at, right? All of those things that make up who you are, all of that was created in those years and we're operating from that place, right? So stay with me. So all of a sudden, I'm waking up today, I took off yesterday and I'm like, noticing myself doing the dishes, I'm cleaning the house, I'm like trying to do everything. I normally don't get on my phone, period. I give myself about 2 hours in the morning before I connect in at all. So I noticed I was wanting to get on my phone and I started getting on my phone and then I was like, you know what? We don't have to work out today. We don't need to do this, right? And my mind's starting to do an interruption because it's going, hey, we need to get you back to your thermostat setting. Right? We need to get you back to where you're not showing up every day for you, right? And that you have more days off, and right? Because I noticed I was breaking through a glass ceiling, right? So I share this with you because this is what happens as we step into the becoming of who we want to be, as we break habits that aren't serving us to create healthy new ones that we will come up against our own boundaries and limitations. Our ego will want to pull us back like a rubber band and it will say, no, that's not what we do, right? And it's up to you to know. I just said this last night in one of my group programs, my Love Your Body, Lose Weight program. I said, knowing your weaknesses is a strength because then you can plan against it. Knowing your weaknesses is a strength because then you can create your own pattern interruptions where you know you're going to want to talk yourself out of things. So I knew my mind was going to want to do this. So I have my clothes out the night before and I'm sitting there and I'm like, no, Melissa, and I saw myself. So I'm not going to lie. I'm about an hour off my normal schedule because I was doing all these things and I tried to talk and I was doing, and then I just said, that's it, right? as Mel Robbins would do, a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm going for it. And I just put my clothes on that I put out the night before, knowing that it would be a trigger, knowing it would be a pattern interrupt for my mind to see them laying out as a reminder of who I choose to be and transcending any limitations that are on me. I don't care how big or how small. I am a limitless being, and I get to be reminded of that I can create anew every day at any moment in any day, and so can you. I hope this video spoke to you. Let me know, send me a message, DM me, post in the comments below. I love you all, and transcend those limiting beliefs by doing the opposite of what you've done. And you will be there before you know it. All right, lady loves, I'll see you in tomorrow's video.